When the wealthy heiress first arrived at her rural husband's home, she was shocked to see her mother-in-law using a Rolls-Royce to dry fish. As she entered the house for dinner, she discovered the utensils were pure silver. Looking at the dishes on the table, she realized they were exceptionally precious delicacies. When she began tasting them, she found they were even more delicious than Michelin-starred cuisine. Her husband's mother, however, insisted these were just ordinary dishes and hoped she wouldn't mind. At this moment, the woman began to sense that this rural family was not as simple as it seemed. The woman's late husband had been a wealthy man's son. After her husband passed away, the wealthy father-in-law despised her, forcing her to work for a living. One day, she helped Jack, a fish seller. Just as Jack was about to ask her name, she left. Soon after, the wealthy man sent people to bring her back home. It turned out that 20 years ago, his daughter had been engaged to a poor fisherman's family. Now regretting this arrangement, the wealthy man forced his late son's widow to take his daughter Daisy's place in fulfilling the marriage contract. Meanwhile, he found Daisy a handsome and wealthy husband. On the wedding day, Daisy's husband arrived in a Rolls-Royce to pick her up, while only a van came for the woman. However, she didn't mind. Upon arriving at her new husband's doorstep, she was startled and accidentally stepped in chicken droppings. Her husband's mother warmly welcomed her and invited her in for dinner. While she was puzzling over this, her husband returned from fishing. They looked at each other and she recognized her new husband. He was the man she had helped days earlier. Jack was also stunned to see his wife. His mother reminded him to give his wife a wedding gift. He then pulled out a gift from his pocket, the wrapping still covered with fish scales. The woman felt a bit embarrassed, but thinking they were now married, she would accept it even if it were dead fish. To her surprise, when she opened it, there was a pile of gold. The woman was shocked, but her husband thought she didn't like it. His mother angrily scolded her son, saying these gold jewelry pieces were no different from roadside trash. The woman was stunned. They considered gold to be garbage? Then her husband pulled out another box. When she opened it, it was full of enormous diamonds. Her husband's mother explained that their family's economic conditions were average, so they could only give these things and hoped she wouldn't mind. The woman was puzzled. Were fishermen's incomes this high nowadays? Her mother-in-law said they just owned a few breeding farms. Meanwhile, the wealthy man's daughter Daisy was having terrible luck. Not only did she have to massage her mother-in-law, but she was also constantly criticized. Daisy didn't dare talk back because her father's company needed her husband's help. One day, the woman was invited by her husband to attend a banquet. Unexpectedly, her late husband's sister and her husband also came. Daisy humiliated her, deliberately telling her husband that the woman used to be their family's servant. She then splashed water on the woman's face. The woman was furious. Daisy declared that all the guests present were elites from various fields and that she had no right to be at the banquet. She mocked the woman, saying she should go sell fish. Daisy complained to her husband, falsely accusing the woman of stealing her jewelry. Her husband immediately called his subordinates to search her. The woman protested they had no right to search her. Daisy retorted that with money, one could do anything.